Well, hello. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Ashley Hillyer. I am your Just Coach. Thank you for joining to all of our Just community and partners. Today's all-level format is Vinyasa Yoga. And our theme is actually going to be pulsing. We're not just going to hold each of our positions, each of our postures. We're going to move within them, and we can always modify, make it a little smaller if you need today, or take it out. We can also make it a much bigger and more intense movement if that's something that calls for you. So you absolutely have the ability to level this up or a little bit down depending on what you need right now. So for the next 30 minutes, let's go ahead and get onto our mats. Whichever space you have chosen for yourself today is perfectly fine. It's all right if you have a yoga mat. It's okay if you just have some carpet or some space on a rug, whatever feels good for you. And then go ahead and start by just sitting down. Perhaps you're cross-legged, perhaps you're sitting on your knee. And then just close your eyes. The closing of the eyes can be one of the most challenging things. But give yourself permission to tune into your breath and just be. With your eyes gently closed, you can feel more of what's happening within you. Notice the places to which your breath expands. Notice if your belly gets bigger on your inhale, if your ribs stretch nice and wide, if you're rolling your breath up all the way to the tops of your collarbones. And when you breathe out, pay attention to where the breath falls first. If you notice that your stomach is not moving at all while you're breathing, go ahead and relax a little bit and let your low belly gently move in and out in its natural rhythm. Keep your lips gently closed together and only breathe in and out through your nose. Take an extra moment here simply to allow yourself to feel every sensation. And we'll begin to gently add movement. Your eyes may remain closed, or you can easily blink them open. Just roll yourself into all fours, hands and knees position right here in your space that you've created. Press evenly into both hands, both knees. Just an easy inhale. Start to stretch your chest. Let your belly drip down a little bit. Tailbone rises. And nice and slow, press the mat, round your spine. Notice all the places in your body that are speaking to you, whether they're saying kind things or not so much. Inhale to reverse the movement. Again, this time you sway a little deeper, maybe even sit back slightly or press forward a bit. And then press and round. Same thing. You can move back and forth. Just see what feels good. We're right away going to start with those pulses. So next time you inhale into your cow pose, add some pulses. Just open your shoulders, your chest, drop your belly down a little bit, and we'll do the same thing on our cat pose. Press and round, and then just pulse a little bit so you feel the movement in new places, new parts of your body. One more time, reverse and pulse a little bit. Notice where you're feeling more and more, and press and round, and just add those pulses right away, getting your body used to something new. Inhale, come back to a neutral spine. Tuck your toes under, press your hips high, find your downward facing dog. And right here, take a little bit of wiggle time. Pedal out your heels, move your hips around. Maybe roll through your back, into your shoulders, into your elbows. Play with your wrists a little bit. And then go ahead and find your stillness. Press into your heels, stretch your tailbone high. Allow your heart to move a little closer to your thighs. Breathe in and out through your nose. Inhale easily, come all the way forward into a high plank position, top of a push-up, really push into the ground. Have a nice long line from your shoulders through your heels. It's okay if you need to bring your knees down. It's okay if you want to stay up nice and high. And we're going to add our pulses again. Just push back into your downward dog and pulse 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Really feel the press through your chest. Come all the way forward to the top of push-up. Hold for a moment and press back to your downward dog. Push, 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 and come back to the top of push-up. Notice what is changing, what is shifting, where you're building the heat. One more time. Downward dog and pulse, pulse, Pulse. Now raise your heels nice and high. Look forward, tippy toe your feet all the way up between your hands. Take a moment here to just dangle your body forward, catch onto your elbows and add a little sway. Relax your head, relax your neck. Get more and more weight into your toes and heavier with your elbows, and both hands down. Inhale, flat back, just halfway lift. You can keep your hands on the floor or bring them to your shins. Stretch your spine. Exhale, fold into yourself. Do that one more time. Inhale, just halfway up, long with your heart, and fold nice and tight. Inhale, come all the way high, reach to the sky. Exhale, let's take an open twist. Arms in a T, reach your right arm back, really stretch your heart, look behind you. Inhale, come back up through the middle, get taller. Exhale, open twist, other way. Inhale, come all the way up, reach high, reach a little bit back, standing back bend, push your hips forward, reach your fingertips toward the wall behind you. Exhale, fold in half. Bring your feet all the way together, squeeze your knees, sit down as low as you can. Inhale, stretch your arms up. We're coming right back to our pulses. Look at your knees. See your toes just past them. Sit down even lower. Yes, even lower. Imagine somebody has come through and grabbed your hips and pushed them back and down. At the same time, lift your chest, reach up with your arms, and let's pulse. Drop your hips down just a little bit. If you need to make this bigger, you can sit nice and low and reach back up. If you need to just hold right here in your chair, that's okay. Wherever you are, hold strong with your legs. At the same time, reach up a little more with your arms. Feel the burning, feel the new sensations. And let's keep opening with the twist. Right arm sweeps back. You're still pulsing with your legs just a little bit at a time. Look behind you. Sweep your arm up through the middle. And left arm goes back. Keep the pulse. Stand all the way tall. Stop pulsing. Reach up and behind. Exhale, fold down. I'm already heating up. How about you? Inhale, halfway lift again. Let's add a vinyasa. Exhale, both hands down. Step your feet back to the top of a push-up. You can choose to bring your knees down to the mat or keep them high. Bend your elbows and lower just halfway down. Take a little pause, stay, and lower all the way to your belly. We're gonna show a few options. Untuck your toes, point your feet, squeeze your legs so only your kneecaps lift off. Inhale, lift your chest, just a tiny little back bend, baby cobra. If you wanna use your back muscles in a different way, do the same thing, but without your hands. Just lift your heart, tops of the feet, stay on the mat, squeeze your beautiful back muscles, and lower down. Third option, press both hands into the ground, scoop your heart up, take your chin high, strong legs. Exhale, tuck your toes, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Let's keep those same pulses in your downward dog. 1, 2, 3, lift your heels, look forward. Exhale, big steps, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, just one time here. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, stand tall. Exhale, open twist, get taller through the top of the head, reach back. Inhale, come up through the middle, stand even higher, and open the other way. Inhale, come back up, reach high and behind. Exhale, fold in half. You remember this part. Bring your feet all the way together. Press the base of the big toes. Squeeze your ankles, squeeze your knees. Sit as low as you can. Inhale, reach your arms. Take a moment to sit further back and down, and then pulse, pulse, pulse. You can make this bigger. You can make this smaller. Stay with your breath. Notice if you've started to breathe out through your mouth. Keep the breath only in and out through the nose. Let's add the twist. Right arm stretches back. Up through center. And left arm. Woo, I feel it in my thighs. Inhale all the way tall. Reach up and behind. That's a nice release. Exhale, fold. Inhale, glance forward. Exhale, plant your hands. Step it back. Here we go. You choose. Keep your knees up or down and lower halfway to the mat. You can scoop right up into your upward dog from here or come down to the ground with or without your hands. Lift your chest or press back into the upward dog from here. And no matter where you are, find your way back to your downward facing dog. Yes, you can change that part up, your vinyasa, every time you go through. Add extra push-ups, leave it out, do what you need. But let that vinyasa be something that continues to build heat inside you. Let's add a little more. Take your right leg up and open. Bend your knee, squeeze your heel in toward your glute, point your knee right up at the ceiling, push into the mat a little bit more, and add a crunch. Right knee comes all the way forward toward your nose, shift forward into a high plank, suck your knee in and up. Inhale, take your leg up and open. Exhale, big step all the way through between your hands. Back knee comes down on the ground. Untuck your knee and just easily bring your hands to your top knee. And again, you're just gonna pulse here. Nice and slow. We're gonna get into the front of the left hip. Stretch your hip flexor, stretch your psoas. Nice, easy pulses. This isn't a huge movement. This is just getting into new places. We spend so much time sitting, and we need to stretch out the opposite way. Bring your hands down, tuck your toes, slide your feet back together. We're gonna add another vinyasa, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale to lower down and scoop your heart up into some kind of back bend. You can go straight into your upward dog, or you can do the baby cobra with or without hands, and eventually downward facing dog. Let's just do that much on the other side. Left leg goes up and open. Exhale, pull your knee in, squeeze. Inhale, up and open again. Exhale, step it through. Be easy with your back knee. Put it down, untuck your toes. Same thing, hands go on top of your knee, and just easy little pulses to actively stretch into the front of your right hip this time. Pay attention to your breathing. If it started to get a little bit more heavy, that's okay. Keep your lips closed, slow it down on purpose. One more pulse here, and then hands down. Tuck your back toes, just slide your feet to meet behind you, and vinyasa, halfway or all the way. Choose how you bend your back, and then return to your downward dog. Let's do something a little different. Right leg goes up and open just like before. And exhale, squeeze your knee in. Inhale, leg up and open. Exhale, big step through. Back knee stays up this time. Keep your back heel lifted. Inhale, right, reach up into a high crescent lunge, similar to before, but now we're up high. And let's add those same pulses. Same pulses, and your arms reach high, maybe a little behind. Send your front knee more forward and keep pulsing up and down. You can make this a really big movement and tap your knee, or you can hold right here and just push your hips forward. See how the little movement feels just to be something new. Take a pause and then drop your back heel, open your hips, reach your arms into warrior two. And same as before, we're gonna pulse. Send your knee more forward. Pull your knee out toward the pinky toe side of your foot and let your knee go more forward than you think. Yes, a little more, get deep into it. And again, you can make this a huge movement if you want, or you can simply hold, but see how just a little movement feels for you. Almost there, stay with it. Inhale, straighten your leg. Left hand goes down the back leg. Right arm stretches up and over. Get as much space as you can on your side body, and exhale, cartwheel your hands all the way to the ground. Feet slide together. Vinyasa of your choosing. This time I'm just gonna go halfway down and scoop right into my upward dog and press immediately back to downward dog. Let's do that on the other side. Left leg goes up and open. Exhale, squeeze your knee in. Up and open with your leg again. Exhale, huge step, big lunge through. Take that extra moment to set yourself up. And then press your back heel forward. Your knee goes front, reach your arms up and behind. And again, we pulse, pulse. Make it bigger if you need. Take it out if it's not working on this side. But explore where it allows you to feel the stretch in the front of your hip, feel the burn in your thighs. You're working something new. And continue to reach your fingertips higher and a little behind. Open heart, slow, steady breathing. Just a few more pulses, you're almost there. And let's switch it up. Drop your back heel, open your arms, find your strong warrior two, reach your fingertips equally in front and behind you, and continue to pulse. Let your knee go even more forward than you think. And at the same time, press toward the outside. Keep going. Make it bigger. Hold still, or just stay with the pulse. Let your breath be the guide to tell you exactly just how much you need. Pay attention and see if you can slow your breath even more. Focus on the exhales. We're almost there. Stay with it. We have a nice stretch coming up next. And straighten the legs. Right hand down the back leg. Left arm all the way to the ceiling. Reach up, reach up, reach up. And cartwheel it all down. Feet come back together. Add your vinyasa. How are you feeling? You've got it. Let's stay with it. Right leg up and open. Exhale, step through. Inhale, come up into your high crescent. This time only 3 pulses here. 1, 2, 3. Open up right away into your warrior 2. 3 pulses. 1, 2, 3. Get the little stretch in the reverse triangle. And now exhale, we're gonna transition hands to heart, bend into your back knee, Skandasana. This is a deep lateral lunge. It's okay if your toes are down, which makes your hips a little higher, or if your toes are up, which allows you to get your hips closer to heel. Either one is okay. And again, we're gonna pulse. Think of lifting up with your heart. There's a book hovering right above your head and you're trying to touch it, It's just an inch above and you're trying to get to it. Tap it. Yes, stay with it. Almost there. Almost there. And then bring your hands down. Yogi, walk your hands just right to the middle of your mat. Wide-legged forward fold. And you're gonna pulse right here. Bring more weight into your toes. Lift your chest a little and then allow it to drop down. Use gravity here. Use the weight. Get a nice long stretch going through the backs of the legs, through your low back. You're almost there. Inhale, stand all the way up. Another standing back bend. Open your heart even more. And exhale, cartwheel your hands all the way to the front of the mat. Step your feet back. Add your vinyasa. Beautiful, just like this. We're gonna do the whole thing other side. Left leg goes up and open. Exhale, big step through. Inhale, find your high crescent. Only 3 pulses on this side. 1, 2, 3. Open into warrior 2. 3 pulses. 1, 2, 3. Stand up and get a nice stretch. And here we go. We're going to transition into Skandasana on the other side. Hands to heart, bend into your back knee. Choose if your toes stay up or down, how low you get. Anyone is fine. And we're just going to pulse. Pulse right here. Stay with your breathing. Starting to feel that pick up a little more. Maybe your ankle is feeling this too because it's not used to this position. That's okay. Let it get used to something new. Lift up. Imagine that book again. Almost there. Almost there. Stay with the sensations. And then drop your hands, straighten both legs. Bring your hands just into the middle of your mat, under your shoulders, and pulse again here. We're gonna add a new way of doing it on this side. Go ahead and take your arms up and around behind your low back. Interlace your fingers, add the shoulder stretch, and continue to pulse just a little bit. Just a little bit. Bring more weight into your toes. Trust yourself. Keep the stretch through your whole legs, your whole back, into your shoulders. Inhale, release, stand all the way up. And cartwheel to the front. Slide your feet back. Add your vinyasa. Find your downward dog. And then inhale, come forward into the top of a push-up. Hold. Hold your plank. Knees can be down if you need. And right here, we're gonna do little scapular push-ups. We're gonna pulse, moving not the elbows at all, just the shoulders. Squeeze your shoulder blades and then spread them apart. Little tiny scapular push-ups. Imagine there's a pencil between your shoulder blades you're squeezing, and then you press and round your upper back. Just little tiny movements. Chest gets closer to the mat, and then press away. Almost there. 1, 2, 3. One more vinyasa. Hold lower halfway down. Scoop your heart up. Drop your knees, spread them wide. Sit back into a child's pose. Allow your forehead to come all the way to the mat. Yes, stay right there for just a moment. Close your eyes again. Come back to the full relaxation. Your breath had gotten a little too intense. Slow it down now. Always, always in and out through your nose. There you go. Let your body relax and release. See if you can allow your knees to wiggle even further apart. Big toes still touch, and we're going to add a little twist. Left arm stays long in front of you. Thread your right arm under your chest. Take your left arm up and around behind your low back. And it's so powerful to close your eyes, so feel free to just relax them here. Focus on any new sensations. Trying to detach any judgments associated with these sensations. Not thinking them as good or bad, but just simply there. Release the twist. Hand comes back in front of you. Unthread the other. Pause here in the middle. Forehead down. And then we'll do the same thing other side. Send your left arm under your chest toward the wall on the opposite side of you. If you want to take your right arm up and around behind your low back, go right ahead. If that's too much, you can always keep it extended in front. Slow your breath more and more. Focus on the exhales. Longer and longer exhales. Gentle inhales take care of themselves. Yes, let your eyes close. Let yourself just feel. There you go. Unthread the back arms, send both arms long, and then just slide all the way forward onto your belly. Once you're there, a little Sphinx pose. Place your forearms on the ground, palms down, legs long behind you. Roll your shoulders back and down. Imagine squeezing your elbows toward your hip points. Stretch your heart forward. Relax. Imagine lengthening as much as possible from your low back all the way up through your chest. And release. Easily roll onto your back. Once we're there, we're adding just a little bit more. Set up your feet about hip distance apart where you can just tickle your heels with your fingertips. You can maybe even press your elbows a little deeper into the mat so you can squeeze your shoulder blades together and set up with a little more support. And then press through your heels nice and strong. Find your bridge pose. Imagine I've just come through and put a 100-pound weight right on your hips. Push it up. Yes. Press that weight all the way as high as you can. And now we pulse. Just little tiny pulses. Relax down a little bit and then press that weight up high. Little pulses. You've got it. Strong glutes, strong hamstrings, strong calf muscles. Feel this even in your quads. You feel your entire thighs engaged. Keep going. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Almost there. And relax down. Take a moment to squeeze your knees in. Bring your feet back to where they just were. Right leg extends up. And then take your ankle across over your opposite knee. Right knee opens up. Press into the inside of your leg. Right here may be enough, or you might need a little bit more. And then you just reach through and hug in your left knee while you continue to wing out your right knee. Nice, easy stretch. Breathe. Nice and steady. Yes, even now you can have your eyes closed. Hug your knee in just a little tighter. If you're holding on to it, press your knee out just a little more. And relax down. Switch legs gently. Left leg goes up. Cross over the opposite knee. Press into the inside of your leg. Open up here. This might be exactly where you want to stay. Or you might want to reach through, pull your other knee in close to your heart. And you don't have to go 100% into the pose right off the bat. Give yourself time. Ease your knee in little by little. This side is probably very different from the first. It's okay if this is your more relaxed side. It's okay if this side is a little more challenging. Stay with your breathing. We call this one reclined pigeon. Hold your knee in just a little more. Feel the stretch in the outside of your hip. A few more breaths. See if you can easily move your right knee just a little closer in. And relax both feet down. We're going to windshield wiper the knees. Back and forth. Back and forth. And then once you get them all the way to the right side, just let your arms open into a T. You can turn your chin toward the opposite shoulder. Stay in this easy spinal twist. Easy breathing, slow, calm, steady. Back up through the middle and let them fall the other way. Hold. Back up through the middle. And this time, allow your feet to come together and the knees butterfly open. Place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Close your eyes again. Tune in deeper to your breathing and then start to cultivate gratitude. Gratitude for anything and everything that comes to your heart, comes to your mind right now. And then stretch your legs long on the mat. Arms fall down away from your sides. These few minutes, just here and rest on your back, are one of the most powerful parts of your practice. However deeply you went into any other piece of your practice today, let that be enough. Take one huge breath in through your nose. Eyes are still closed. And loudly sigh out. Let everything go. Stay right here. Stay awake and aware. Breath relaxed, moving all through you. Your breath natural. Focused more on the exhale, if anything. And you, of course, have the power to unplug right now, to simply turn everything off and continue to lie here in silence, or maybe with some gentle meditation music playing. But you can stay as long as you want, as long as you need, resting in Shavasana. Of course, if you're ready to move on with your day and do whatever's coming next for you, you can add just some gentle movements to wake yourself up. Perhaps rock your head side to side. Little by little, wiggle fingers, wiggle toes. Bigger and bigger, roll ankles and wrists. Go ahead and take a big morning stretch. Reach your arms overhead, press your toes away. Get as long as you possibly can. And then exhale, squeeze everything together. Make yourself a tiny little ball, knees toward your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. a real hug, a genuine, loving hug. Go ahead and roll to one side. Press yourself up to a seated position. Glide your hands up toward your heart. Bow your chin toward your chest. You can revisit this video anytime that you need. Take the time several times a day to just pause, close your eyes, and focus on exactly how you're breathing. Thank you so much for taking this time to care for yourself today. And from my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you all so much. Thank you for joining me for these 30 minutes of our Vinyasa yoga with our pulse exercises that we added in today. My name is Ashley Hillyer, and I look so forward to seeing you next time right here on Just on Demand. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you again. Bye-bye.